Hi guys, so today we're going to be going through what I am propagating. So I have two prop box totes here that I've been just keeping my propagations, or maybe I have a special plant but it's small right now, and I just throw it into these two totes. They are both on a heat mat. There's two separate ones. They're just ones from Amazon. And I just have them under my lights. I'm convinced that the actual like tote kind of filters the light for these either seedlings and propagations, so that it's not as intense of light, because my lights are pretty strong. So I guess that's actually a good thing because it's not frying my little babies in here. So without further ado, I will show you what is in my prop boxes. Okay, so this is my first prop box. It's my biggest prop box. I only have two, as you saw. And I guess we'll just get into this. This is one that I bought only a couple weeks ago, so it's my newest one. And so these have only been propagating for a couple of weeks. So I guess we'll start in this area and then just move down. So what I have in this lonely corner. So my first plant that I have in here is this mini philodendron orange marmalade. I had actually sold the big one that I got in one of my unboxings, but I did take a propagation. It was like 2 weeks after I got it. But I figured that that big plant, that was just too much for me in my space. So I just kept this little one. And I have also, this is one that I always forget about. But I've kept it for a while. I got this almost a year ago, maybe. And I just keep repropagating it because it dries out and I forget about it, and it dries out and I forget about it. So I have to repropagate it like every few months. So I just keep this one in my propagation bin. But this is a philodendron bicolor, and it has the like slightly pink undersides, as you can see, which is one of the characteristics of the philodendron bicolor. But when this thing gets huge, it's so beautiful. And yeah, you should really look up a philodendron bicolor because they are actually amazing. This is a propagation that I got in a trade with Mariana, and a video is coming up about that. I think I'm doing them out of order, so yeah. That's a little sneak peek. And then this is my begonia luxurians. I mean, it's still alive because it has these, which it just put off in the propagation box, but I struggle with this one, y'all. Let me know if you struggle with your begonia luxurians. And then this little guy is a philodendron squamiferum stump. He's actually in soil, but it's covered by moss, and he's growing out a little nubbin. This right here is a gloriosum rhizome that I just put in there. This is an Anthurium falcatum stump in pon. And I'm just seeing how this is doing. These two are experiments with pon. I've never actually grown anything in pon before. This is my philodendron strawberry shake. It's one of them. And then I have like a little stump that I have. But this is a little strawberry shake. This one right here is it's rooted. Oh man, it's gushy. Ugh. Okay, but this was my philodendron rugosum. I cut it up a few weeks ago to send to a friend, and then I cut off like an extra node for myself. And it had a leaf attached to it, and it had long aerial roots, right? So I put in this thing to make it root out a little more. And now it's mushy. Ew. Oh my gosh, I have to take that out. That is so gross. But this right here beside it is a begonia Sizemoriae that I am propagating. Hopefully it does something. It is a rhizomus begonia, but I just want to see if it'll grow anything from a leaf cutting. So that's just an experiment. This is a Scindapsus trubii that is growing some roots right now. This is another Philodendron gloriosum stump. I don't know if it's actually going to do anything. I let it dry out too much. This is a Campos partuanum little baby. And then right here is a begonia, Rex begonia. Like, I got this from Steve's Leaves, and on the Steve's Leaves website it says that it's supposed to be like the true Rex form. But I had killed it initially, but before I killed it, I took a leaf cutting, and this is the leaf cutting. And it was more silver. You can see the leaf that it came from. It used to be more silver, but it's coming out a little darker, I guess. So that's that. And then these three right here, these three propagations are Monstera standardliana. They all have water roots, and I just potted them up. And to make the transition more easy for my plants, when I grow the roots in water, I will keep them in the propagation bin for a couple of weeks and let them get more acclimated to soil so that they don't dry out, because I'm very forgetful and I let things dry out. So yeah, that's why those are in there. And this is a little Philodendron Alchaka red that I got in a trade. This is my Hoya maniparensis. I put this one in here. It was doing okay, but I heard that they like a lot higher humidity, and then they'll grow faster, so I just stuck it in here to see what it will do. And this one right here is also Anthurium falcatum. This one right here is Anthurium boletus, I think. And this stump right here is a Hoya magnificum. And I put out in like basically SOS on Instagram because y'all, I need help with Hoya magnificum. It's not doing so great. This begonia, I let it dry out too much. It does have roots, but yes, I let it dry out. This is a begonia gray feather that I propagated that I tend to send to a friend. So that is my first propagation box. It's a work in progress. My propagation box is always changing depending on whether the plants get big, the plants die and rot. Hopefully not. You guys didn't hear that. Hopefully you all grow and you all get big and beautiful and luscious. So on to the next prop box. So this is my first prop box that I ever got, and this is what I kept most of my plants in for a long time until I got my big one. But this one has been holding me steady, and it's been running dirty with me for a long time. So there's a lot of things in here and we'll just go through them all. So first up I have in here is this Begonia Burkillii. And y'all, I want you to see this. Look at this. You guys see the top of the soil? Those red hairs? Those are all roots. Like, the roots are going crazy on this thing. Can you see it? It's so crazy looking. Oh my gosh. But obviously this thing loves humidity. I got this from Steve's Leaves, and I just knew from the beginning that, you know, I couldn't keep it just out in my environment. It is way too dry in my air, especially with winter and having the heat on. So I just stuck it in here, and it was like the best thing I could have done for it. Next up is this. I don't actually know what this is. Some type of philodendron, I suppose. And next up is, if I can put this thing back, is this. This was a Begonia Amphioxus, and I guess has become a Begonia Burkillii, I guess. I mean, you see the Amphioxus leaves? Obviously it kind of hates it in here. It's kind of dry. That's surprising. I guess I'll water this. But yeah, this has basically become a Begonia Burkillii because I see so much more Burkillii leaves than Amphioxus leaves, I guess. And then next to that, can I put it down? Ah! Okay. This is a philodendron silver sword, and it's been getting big, and there's so many plants in here, it's crazy. And the roots are crazy too. Like, look at that. That's so amazing. And guys, I forgot to tell you, don't look at my nails, okay? We're not judging, all right? Don't look at my nails, okay? Ignore them, please. And let's see, next up, beside that is some Hoyas that I got from Adrian Payne. A lot of them died. I'm not gonna even front, but here's a couple that stayed alive. These are not the only ones that stayed alive, but these ones have basically rooted and they're alive still. And right here beside that is my Begonia malabulata. It's got a dead leaf in it. Begonia malabulata. That it's doing okay. It's doing okay, not too shabby. And it's got a new leaf coming, so that's good. And next to that is another Hoya that I got from Adrian Payne. This one was tagged as Hoya Morellii, but I really don't think it's Hoya Morellii. I'm not sure what it is, but I don't think it is. So if you think you know what it is, please let me know down below. Yeah. It's not doing anything yet. I think it is rooted, but it hasn't done much else. I dropped it. And then here are some seedlings that I have been growing. Some Anthurium seedlings. right there. I don't want to pull them out, but they're doing okay. This one right here is a philodendron soterized stump. This is the baby that had the 3 growth points on it this summer, and I accidentally let it dry out too much, and yeah, here we are. But it is growing a new growth point right there. This right here used to be Begonia chloristicta. And, I mean, there's a little bit of green right there, but... Oh, and some green right there. I mean, I have hope. I have hope, yeah. And then, last but not least, is this Hoya. Some people call it regalis. Some people call it monoloa. But it's doing great. It's rooting out and it looks amazing. So cute. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Comment down below, are you propagating something? If so, what are you propagating? I know it's winter and kind of hard to propagate. That's really when some people stop. I'm not one of those people. But yeah, comment down below what you're propagating. I am very nosy and eager to know what you guys have. So yeah, and we're getting ready for spring all over again. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to my channel, and it really does help my channel if you could possibly share this with a friend. I'd really appreciate it, and I will see you guys in my next video.